Modi, 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 Modi.
All right, pictures on our screens right now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting with members of the Indian diaspora, attending that important event as far as the Prime Minister's schedule is concerned, which always figures in the schedule actually. Meeting with the diaspora, making an important point about the fact that for 43 years, not one state leader, not one Prime Minister visited Kuwait, and he has decided to do so. His government has decided to do so, talking about the relationship between both the countries. On your screen, pictures live of the Prime Minister now meeting with the members of the diaspora that he attended. This always is a part of his event. This is the Hala Modi event. Hala meaning welcome in the Kuwaiti language. The big diaspora outreach for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They're waving at his admirers, at the members of the diaspora present in the Hala Modi event. Let's take a listen. He's spoken about the fact that India is the 5th largest growing economy in the country. Also saying that for 43 years, there was not one single leader who had visited Kuwait. Pictures are from the Hala Modi event. In Kuwait, the Prime Minister is speaking about India and Naya Bharat in this event. Underscoring the fact that he was, in fact, one among the first, in fact, the leader to visit the country in 4 long decades. The big diaspora outreach in Kuwait. The Prime Minister has spoken about the India, Middle East, Europe corridor, saying that this will give a direction to the world's future. He's also spoken about Yoga Day, spoken about Meditation Day that is being commemorated today. I'm going to go straight across to Gaurav for more details on that. Gaurav, in many which ways, the Prime Minister really invoking India's soft power, talking about the fact that they're commemorating Yoga Day, also Meditation Day, all of which is a gift from India to the world, among the many other things that he said. Notably, also pointed out to the fact, something that we've been talking about, that for 4 long decades, no Indian Prime Minister visited Kuwait, isn't it?
So while he talks about India's soft power, there's also conversation about how India's aspiring to emerge as the skill capital of the world. The Prime Minister is talking about how India is emerging as the green capital of the world, aspiring to be very, very strong when it comes to clean energy, green energy, the skill development, FinTech. These are areas where India is doing exceptionally well. And he's telling the world about India's growth story. And he wants the Indian diaspora and a million-strong Indian diaspora in Kuwait. He wants them to talk about the India story to the world. That's actually in his efforts and words, taking the world by storm. Everything that the Prime Minister talks about: 1, skill development, capacity to be skill capital of the world; 2, FinTech ecosystem, number 1; number 3, when it comes to startup ecosystem; number 2, the largest mobile manufacturer in the world. Past 10 years, the fact that Digital India has kicked off in such a way, one of the most digitally connected countries in the world, the smart city concept and how, things like DG Locker, DG Yatra, the smart tag in cars, that's impacted your life and mine in so many ways. So all of those efforts, the Prime Minister is extensively talking about and asking Kuwait and the Indian diaspora in Kuwait to come and be a part of the India growth story. And
Right.
he's often talked about this. When I covered the Prime Minister's first foreign visit to Japan as Prime Minister in 2014, he then asked the Indian diaspora in Tokyo to bring a number of Japanese tourists to India. He'd said exactly the same thing in Australia, in France, in the United Kingdom, in the United States of America. Bring more tourists to India, because when he started speaking about the importance of the remittances from these areas. So all of that indicates that the Prime Minister is really big on seeking more investment to make India from that number 5 economy to the number 3 economy in the next 5 years.
All right, Gaurav, I'm going to leave it at that for the moment, but we'll keep coming back to you for more on that big story that we are tracking. These are pictures from Kuwait City at the Hala Modi or Welcome Modi event. We're talking about the Prime Minister has spoken about a range of issues, including how India can assume the leadership role in the world. He's spoken about how India has contributed as far as global wellness is concerned. Interestingly, also spoken about the fact that it takes 4 hours to travel to Kuwait, but it's taken 4 decades for an Indian Prime Minister to reach the country.